It's like
I probably just shouldn't eat before bed. I think that's a big part of it, and it's hard not to because you have these little chaos meals after you do comedy or whatever.
yeah.
Even if you like make rules where you're like, I'm not going to eat fast food, it's still like I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat 4 slices of provolone cheese and third of a bag of tortilla chips, and then you don't sleep good.
Yeah, that'd be the first thing. Would be to stop eating after 6 p.m. I could do that pretty
6?
good. I mean, yeah, because I binge, so it's like I'm not gonna have it's like alcohol, like 0 or like a bunch. So
Yeah. But you can only give up so many things.
I know. We were just talking about that. It's like it just starts to be like, what's left? I mean, that's why stuff like this is all that's really I can indulge in. I can't take things in anymore. It just hurts too much.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
No, it's so weird that you can absolutely feel even the smallest indulgence the next day. You're like, oh, that wasn't good for me. Whatever it is, if you sneak a mushroom or something, or you go, it's supposed to be good for your depression, and I don't think it is.
I would.
Hands off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've kind of always been. Never really just go to the woods and don't do mushrooms.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is an old bit of mine, and I still sort of agree with
guy.
it. That's a current bit of mine. I don't know. There's not a lot of nature in Cincinnati, and so I'm really missing that a lot. And so I don't know.
You're in the city.
There's no not city.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's
suburbs.
I would say. No, I'm in the city. I'm in a college neighborhood. A lot of hospitals also. And there's no real I don't know, the lower Midwest and the Midwest in general isn't really known for its nature. And so everything else is pretty great. We live walking distance from a movie theater. There's some good clubs. There's some good comedians. But there's just there's one place that I go hiking, and I try to do that once a week, and I don't really hit that mark too often. And it's a pretty small patch of land. It's a 2-mile loop. Do it twice.
How long have you been there? It's a year and a half, something like that?
1 year.
Wow.
1 year.
Just 1 year.
1 year and a half of a month.
Damn. I mean, it seems like have you felt a confidence boost that you've gone to a place where it wasn't anybody there felt like you had to kind of start from scratch? It seems like you're doing a lot of cool stuff.
I don't know if it's I mean, it's nice to grow. It's nice to get the chance to challenge yourself and prove yourself. But there is, I don't know. I still feel a lot of performance anxiety. I am white knuckling it a lot. Even as people demonstrate that they like me and they want to be my friend and they like my comedy, I'm just sitting up front at the open mic waiting for the open mic to start, and I'm I hope I do good again. And that's tough. That's it sort of eats away at you even if you're doing good.
And you didn't feel that in Asheville as much?
No, I stopped trying in Asheville.
Enough goodwill built up that you could just
I had enough goodwill and I stopped trying, and that was its own issue.
I mean, you stopped trying at socializing or at comedy?
At comedy.
I don't think that's true.
I think I stopped.
Because you could probably stop with the socializing anxiety. I mean, easier said than done, but
yeah,
that's the nice thing about comedy. Seems to be a meritocracy. If you're really funny and you're not toxic, then
if you're very funny and you're not toxic, people like you. But what do they like you for?
Yeah,
are you a good person? No, it's based on oh, he's good at I don't know. We have I don't know. That's one of the hard things to think about. You go,
but are you looking for friendships and stuff, or are you kind of just looking to get your reps in and go home? Are you looking to hang out? And
what I liked about comedy here is that, and I did have people I was close with here, but I also felt you could sort of unfocus your I don't know, you could sort of I like all these people, and it's it adds up to liking 3 people genuinely. Does that make sense?
3's pretty good.
Yeah, no, yeah, but it's
you want to see them
20
not at comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but instead of 3 actual people, it's 20 people, 0.15 of their being.
Emily and I were joking about you like being like, what were we saying? It was like a few months ago that like the closer you are to comedy, the cooler you like. If you're the cooler you are, like if you when you're on stage, you're like very cool and in control. But if you see Cody at like just the grocery store or something, it's like pretty different.
Yes.
But then if you're just at a comedy show, even if you're not on stage, but you're just in the room next to it, pretty cool. Like you're kind of like there's a proximity thing. Where, like,
no, I definitely agree with
the
that.
The closer you are to it.
Sometimes I noticed that pretty early on in like Chicago, where like a person's persona on stage was like a dweeb, but if they were like a respected person in the comedy scene off stage, they did have a bit of an aura about them where they're like, that guy's confident, he's self-assured in this environment, and then like he steps into the light of the open mic and then like puts on the persona of nerd.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very cool. It does lend a coolness to you. But it shouldn't, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what it's contextual in life, a lot of what's your confidence and comfort is not different vibes, you know. Like when I go to my kids' PTA, like when I go to school things, I'm like so nervous and I don't know how to stand or talk.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe people aren't worried about that, and maybe that's that's all of our problem. Where we're like, am I doing PTA right? And it doesn't. I think what other people have going for them is they don't care if they're doing PTA right.
I think everyone's pretty anxious.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
These days.
I
mean, I think but yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's the performer thing is. We have it so bad that we try to create some world where we are the opposite.
That's right. No, because I work in the office now. I work at a city job with just a bunch of bureaucrats.
Zoo still?
No, sewer.
Ooh.
I work for the Cincinnati, the Metropolitan Sewer District of Greater Cincinnati. I issue permits. I'm in the permits department. And yeah, I just like work with all these sort of lifelong office workers. Not going to speak disparagingly of them because they are nice people.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're like worried about like, what does the new guy think of me?
Yeah. Well, how long have they been there? They don't
20, 30 years.
Yeah. They're like, I don't remember what it's like to be anywhere except here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my job's a little more like that now. Do you find I've kind of accepted that I want a job like that because it's like minimum. Once you get into that flow, you can really kind of coast, and then you can put a lot of energy into like your art. Because if you're at like a cool startup that's changing all the time, then you have to use like a lot of your creativity just trying to do that shit, which sucks.
That's interesting. No, I think the screen is bad for me psychologically and creatively. Like being in front of like no choice. Sometimes when you're on the phone, you're like doing it to yourself, but when you have like no choice, it's like equally bad. It's like, then I don't know. Where you just like, I have to check my email. I have to do the thing the email told me to do. Okay, now it's time to have my joke docs open. And I think for creativity, you have to have like long blocks of time where you can sort of let your mind wander. And I don't think you have that when you have like 3 monitors.
You're kind of an old soul in that way. I've been doing 3 monitors for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, that tracks with when I read about Einstein and people. That's what they say.
You got to let your mind wander.
Go for the walks and do all that. But
I was literally Google Mapsing it today, and I was like, I wonder if I could walk to work and back, and I can't. It's like an hour 40, and that would be just too much time away from home.
Both ways?
Hour 40 one way.
Yeah, that's...
Hour 40 both ways would be great.
Yeah.
I bike to work, which is like fine. It's 25 minutes downhill, 35 minutes uphill.
Safe? A lot of people get their brain splattered.
A lot of people get their brain splattered, and that's a risk I have to take.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you don't get exercise.
Yeah.
Or you can like, I don't know how to like prioritize exercise otherwise, because it is like 8.5 hour job. You still want to do comedy at night, which like takes up so much time.
Yeah.
If you like, there's like one mic in town where you sign up at noon, which is good, like online, and then you can like ask for a spot, and then so you can go like, I want to go early, and then you'll get up in the first hour. So like at minimum, there's one mic in town where you only have to dedicate an hour of your own personal time to, and then everywhere else it shoots up to like 3 and 4 hours of your personal time.
How many nights a week are you shooting for total? Because you mentioned that a lot of in Cincinnati that people that are in that shows don't do the mics necessarily, so you're still kind of doing both.
I am doing, I do. I'd say I do about 2.5 a week, maybe 3.5 if Helen's busy on like a Wednesday night.
So like 3, average of 3.
I would say an average of 3. Yeah, one. So it's like a mic on Monday, a mic on Thursday. I do a workshop on Tuesday, and then sometimes Wednesday, and that's. I don't know if it's like enough. But I know how to do comedy, so like it can sort of it can be enough. I know how to like write jokes and get them there faster than baby comics.
Yeah, I just listened to Kumail. I don't know if you've seen his new special yet.
I haven't.
I'd like to see it, but he didn't do a special for like 12 years, because he's been doing movies, and he just did a good one, that podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Which I listened to for him, and he was saying like he really decided, I want to do another special, but I can't just go out every night and hang out, because my marriage means a lot to me, and I'm doing other stuff. So he had this very deliberate thing where he would do like 3 nights a week, and he stacked it in a way that like really appealed to me, kind of like what you're saying. Like, he's not a baby comic, so he kind of could do it. Yeah, with like strategically, with not just hanging out at mics like 5 nights a week or whatever.
Right,
like it can be done with a leaner, more intentional amount of hours.
Yeah, and especially if you have figured out how to write jokes the way that you write jokes, which does take a while and it's hard. It's still like effortful, the joke writing part. A little bit at least.
When would you say you figured that out?
I haven't. I change all the time. I don't know. I got like.
I feel like the special really focused you. I feel like there's kind of a before and after. I feel like before your special, you were driving up to Bristol, going like, "What are my bits, guys?" But then after that, you were kind of like, "All right, I might feel." I
knew what my bits were.
I know.
The
yeah.
special.
So you
and I hated them.
Yeah. Well, that's normal.
It's not normal. I don't know. I think the special. Coincidentally coincided with the end of my neuroplasticity, and I'm having that thought for the first time right now. But there is a thing where you go, when I was younger, I was better at like coming up with wild bits, and I don't know where the wild bits are anymore. And maybe that's not true.
It all seems pretty wild.
Thank you.
Congrats on the videos, by the way. It's really nice. I think that I like it. I like the big hair.
Thanks.
Too. I think that.
You just zoom in and you look huge.
Not that you're
screen.
doing that deliberately, but I think it is good to be like, oh, it's that guy, And then the jokes are good, but it's like, it's got a cool. It kind of pops from the scroll, which I think sadly is sort of something.
Yeah.
You wanna. If you can do it, why not do it?
Why not do it? Yeah. I hate this hair. This hair is a burden. And I do it because it's like visually fun to like, but it's like my hair's up all the time until I have like stage time, and then I take it down, and it's like a little accoutrement to the act. And I don't know. I wish I could shave it off and be a bald guy.
Yeah, it's not all it's cracked.
It's not all it's cracked. Have you thought about wearing a wig?
Yeah. I'm thinking about going for it, growing it out again to see if I can like maybe dabble with some kind of come over action or something. I go back and forth, and then I try, and I'm just like, this is bad. Just shave it.
No, like mullet or anything?
I don't know. I might try again, but there's usually just one time where I see myself with like, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, it's nice to care less and less about that. Like, that's the nice thing about comedy. Like, falling apart physically is funny.
Yeah,
and it's not being a sexy young rock star in your 20s, whatever that means.
No,
hair's nice though.
No, but the body falling apart still takes up a lot of space mentally. Where you're like, the ankle's a little bad, the hairline's a little bad.
Yeah.
if I don't fucking bike to work every day, I'll gain 10 pounds in a month. And yeah, I don't know. Even if the degradation of the human body is funny, it's still like takes up a lot of space in my brain.
Just worrying about it.
Yeah.
You worry about illness and death, or just
wear and tear.
Yeah.
Irreversible wear and tear, not illness and death. But maybe that'll pop up soon.
But you don't seem like you're trying to like be a hot person. Is it more like you?
What?
You
What?
You feel like your brain works better for writing when you're like exercising and that, or you want to?
No, I just like pictures of myself when I look better.
Yeah.
No, does it help? It help. I mean, no, I don't think so. I just the Midwestern winter isn't good for me. I do like feel it all in my body, like where I have these fat knees that are like tough to deal with. And so I don't know. And so like biking to work, even though it's like the way I'm getting exercise currently, it is like, I have to do this every day. I don't know. I feel, what was your question?
I don't know. We're just
talking.
I mean, it sounds like a well-oiled machine that your stress isn't that. Like to me, it's like you're prioritizing exercise, working your art, all this regularly, but yet you're doing like nobody. You're doing like better than most people. I mean, I'm pretty good with that stuff too, but you feel like it's not like you're kind of tortured by it while you're succeeding at like being on a routine that's healthy.
Yes.
And it's working. You're like doing the comedy. You're in the clubs. You're doing the videos. Like it's like
it's all
if you could have like
apart.
stepped out of your life like a few years ago, like could I even go to Cincinnati? And then you like see that if you could see it from outside, I think you'd be like, I did it. I did it. I made it there.
No, it is. It's cool. It's a good
in
city.
You're like into the clubs putting out the videos is incredible. I mean, you should celebrate it.
I should celebrate it a little bit. I do think that, but
I hope you're proud. I hope you have some good feelings about
what
you've accomplished.
No, but I think what's one of the big problems is the office job. And when I was working at the mental hospital and I felt bad, I assumed it was because I was working in close proximity to 20 people who are having the worst week of their life every day.
Yeah.
And I think it turned out that it's just fluorescent light. Because I feel like equally like clinched up at the end of a 8-hour shift at the sewer office.
Yeah.
As I did at like the most chaotic job that anybody could have at the mental
hospital. The sewer
hospital.
office isn't the place for you.
Maybe,
how
but
long have you been
health insurance.
Yeah.
Health insurance.
I mean, the city, I would imagine like you get like benefits that probably escalate.
And escalate.
I don't know why I keep thinking Einstein, but he was at the patent office. I mean, those cushy government jobs are, I think, pretty. Like Bukowski was at the post office for a while. There's a lot of
those guys are cool.
Yeah, he made a lot of good choices.
That's a guy who's well adjusted. I don't know too much about Bukowski, but there is like sobriety was much easier before the office job. Like I get why people tie one off at the end of the week at the office job in a way that there's like it fluctuates when I'm like having some sort of internal craving. But office is like, man, I get like, why wouldn't you like try to like unscrew the whatever's like getting tight inside of you, sitting all day looking at a computer and answering phones. And you have to have your like head on a swivel in a way that's not like interesting. Where you go phone, email, like I don't know, and then at the end of the day, you're just like,
If it could be remote, I think, because I think I like being on my screens.
Mm-hmm. Your beautiful screen.
Yeah, it's like it's my stuff. I'm sneaking in all the making the clips and stuff. Like, but I mean, being on their screens and their lighting with their people, I can see how that you just got to keep being that guy that fits in that space. Yeah, I kind of like. If you being remote, it's like here's the deliverables you wanted. No one had to see the weird
state you were in.
And the stuff I snuck in on the clock or whatever.
Right, and there's like plenty of sneaking in time. It's not like they're like getting mad at me for looking at my phone or having my little journal out. It's just like
how are you positioned? Like, are there people behind you?
I'm in a cubicle.
And is the cubicle, if somebody peeks in, can they see what you're doing, or can you see them peeking in?
I can hear people coming.
Okay.
I have the least desirable of all of the cubicles, but that's okay because I'm the newest guy.
Yeah.
But like I can see when my coworkers come in, and the copy machine's right near me, so I am getting a little more traffic than anybody else is.
Yeah. It's the worst cube. It's the one that was available. And when somebody leaves a good one, everybody moves up one.
Right, yeah.
And the next new person gets that one.
One day, because I'm like, me and my coworker Hannah, it's partially like a front-facing job, so people do come in, like plumbers come in, and they like apply for permits, and so like there is like an aspect of like customer service. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll move to the other side of the cubicles. There's a cubicle over there. But right now I'm working the desk, so I'm not allowed to have that. I'm not allowed to have the good cubicle.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you're accumulating a lot of life experiences.
Maybe.
And you're prioritizing being creative and exercise. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know what you mean about the neuroplasticity. I do feel optimistic that like there's like wisdom and muscle memory and things that hopefully, I mean, I do think at some point you kind of are just trying to hold on to like talking. I hope that's like a ways off.
Yeah, I think.
But then maybe you don't know when you hit that point too. That's part of it. You're like drifting out of your, and other people can tell before you can tell. I fear that.
Yeah,
there's a lot to fear.
There's a lot to fear. I learned about
rotting.
I think one of the things is like it's hard to hold on to the lessons you learn sometimes the older you get, and so you like learn a lesson and you go, I got to keep this one. I got to sort of meditate on this lesson so I don't forget it. But then you forget it. Like working at the on the geriatric unit at the mental hospital, it does like remind you to like take care of yourself your entire life.
Yeah.
But then you sort of drift away from the geriatric unit of the mental hospital and you like forget that like, damn, I'm going to be that. And I got to like try my hardest to sustain a body where I'm not that.
Yeah. I mean, most people aren't doing any of that.
No.
I don't know if that makes it better.
No, I don't. Yeah, it's not like a race by that point. It's like, at least I'm doing better than this person with a traumatic brain injury. I just have anxiety. That's real bad. Are there any up and comers? Are there any young whippersnappers?
Yeah, there are some new, I've kind of not really been at the mic so much these last few months. I've been kind of focusing on longer sets and kind of throwing in some new ideas there. And I really like underestimated how much bandwidth that would take. So I've been to Third Room like about once a month, and there is like a good new like 4 or 5 that they started off with, and they're like all different and it's exciting. Yeah. But I don't really like know their names yet. That's fine. It's there. There's like a new energy. Third Room seems really good. Are you in town long enough to? No.
I don't think I want to do any comedy while I'm here. I'm gonna go dancing tomorrow night. I'm probably not gonna come out on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'm going back.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'll see who. I'll see you, and I'll see Zlata, and then that's it.
Zlata? Does she go dancing?
No, she's towards Greenville, and the dance is towards Greenville, okay. So we're gonna get Waffle House after. Yeah.
I saw a video of her. I think she was like away for a while. I tried to get her to come on this fall, but I think she had a baby. And
she had a baby.
All that, but she's very awesome and funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's fun to be in, like, I mean, I think I talked about this last time I was on here, where there's like, the good comics graduate from open mic eventually.
Yeah.
And it's fun to be like one of the good comics who isn't it's fun to have been the good comic at open mics for the last year, and not in like a cocky way, but it is like I sort of see the baby comics who are going to bury us all faster than the other good comics see the baby comics who are going to bury us all. You go, that kid's got the drive, and they'll be working the clubs in like 3 years.
That's funny. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, I kind of feel like, you left, and that's the way to do it. And I'm kind of trying to do my own version of that, where I'm just focused more on not just being like, there was a time I was doing like the root bar odd and Wednesday every week, and it's like that's like 14 minutes a week or something like that. And, yeah,
it's hard. It's like it doesn't add up. It's not like productive. It's you go, oh, this is a big old waste of time unless I make it not a waste of time.
I'm trying to do that right now, and I've realized like trying to do like a cohesive 40. I did 45, and I did 45, and then I was like, okay, I scaled it back to like 35, 40 because I felt like longer is not necessarily better, and trying to like, and then you have chunks where you go like, in order to get from this chunk to that chunk, I need to write a little new one. So I'm trying to see. I feel like it's worthwhile to kind of pause the mics and just try to see if I can figure that out. Like doing that, and then also beating myself up for not going to third room wasn't working as well as just trying to focus just on that. So I'm going to try that for a little bit.
Yeah. I like doing the long sets. It's like, I don't know, you learn a lot more. Or you learn stuff that you didn't realize was like missing. There's like a more, I don't know. I got a better like look at like what I'm like working on when I have to put all the jokes on paper, or have to do all the jokes in like 45 minutes. And you go, okay. All right, there's the stuff that I always do and I'm sick of, but there's like a little embryo in there of like something of like the next thing or the next two things, which like feels good.
Yeah.
And I'll be sick of those one day.
Yeah, but you look forward to those.
I can't wait to have like a different 20 where I'm like expressing a different aspect of myself.
Yeah, what's your 20 like now? Is it like pretty, do you have it, or is it like changing week to week, or?
It's not. It is changing week to week. I gotta
still have Asheville bits in there. Is there
there
still some like I Have a Dream and Crayon still hanging out?
For
in there?
sure.
Yeah,
it doesn't work, but it never worked. I never figured it out. People don't understand what I'm saying until way too late. No, that's one of those bits where you have to like pretend that you're like coming up with it on the spot, which is ugh. I just want to scream it. I don't want to like deliver it thoughtfully.
I mean, do you feel like you're always supposed to be doing that to some degree?
No,
like, actively trying to, because I guess I do want it to feel that way, but I don't really put effort into.
I don't think that
acting like it's new.
That's one of those things in comedy where people talk about it, like comedians talk about like it's supposed to seem like you're coming up with it up there, but I go, or like to the audience it seems like you're speaking extemporaneously, but I am not well equipped enough. I have not walked far enough in the audience's shoes to understand that that's true. Where like they watch, they understand that it's scripted, don't they?
I've been wondering about that. Going long and like having to do more of the things that are older, it has really made me get my head about that. Like what is, because I've heard on podcasts a few times recently, don't ever say when I wrote this bit.
Yeah, I heard that one.
And it's like, well, but then also I see people go, when I wrote this bit, and everybody laughs. So it's like there's no absolutes, but yeah, what do they want from me? I mean, I don't really have an audience. Like these people here tonight, is it going to help or is it going to hinder?
Yeah.
To reveal when I wrote that bit.
I don't know.
I've said it before.
There's like I told you like the last hour I did felt like I asked you what I should do. You said open strong, close strong, which is great advice. But I did treat it like A side, B side, or it felt like that afterwards. But like I had 20 minutes written on this side of the paper and I had 20 minutes written on the other side of the paper. And when it was time to flip the paper, I go, halfway done. And everybody laughed.
Yeah.
But like, of course we're somewhere in there. Of course I'm working towards.
Yeah, but you feel like
what are they laughing at?
If you were like that worked and then you just did it again and again and again, I bet at some point it would stop working. Like I think they really can. There's a magic in the room where you'd never done it before, and you were all together going, that was
a little meta trick. One isn't not.
But having the confidence to like to like reveal a little, and I mean it can, if the material's good and fun. I think people like that, and you're like, the magician goes, this rabbit was kind of a pain in the ass at first, or whatever, like reveals some little secret about, and then goes right back to like doing magic again.
It's interesting because it might have put them in their head a little bit. Now that I think about it, if side 2 felt like a B side, maybe it did put them in their head where if I didn't say halfway done, they wouldn't have gone like,
Oh.
Did you?
And then they're a little more cerebral about it.
Did you have a timer? How do you know where you're at in time? Because that's the thing that's become more important in the longer sets too. For me, is like that I need to know when I'm at 10, 20, and 30. Because like if I'm getting nervous and I start speeding up, it becomes a much bigger problem later.
I think I have the time.
You've internalized it.
I haven't internalized it, but maybe I have. Maybe I can like look at like a, I understand. Yeah, the correlation between the size of my handwriting and how it fits on a page and what that means time-wise. But also, if I'm headlining, I'm just going to do a little bit more than what I'm supposed to do, probably, hopefully.
That seems like a good way to look at it. I mean, I feel like I know the time up to 20 pretty well, but 40, I really... How many times have I ever done that? Like, it's really, I'm trying to get a lot now, but I think it does start to get, my confidence of knowing the time does start to get a little wobbly, like past 30.
Why do you think you need to know the time?
It's probably just a lot of it's probably just a confidence thing. It's like, if I can do 40, 50 times, I won't,
Right.
But it's like, I'm trying to like set up enough scaffolding to even, because trying to like dream bigger, who was I talking with this about? Like, I think Ian was on. It's like when you really start trying to like make something big happening, and they're like, "Do I suck?" Like really starts coming out more. Whereas if you're just like hanging in your home court areas where you're like, "Yeah, I know I'm like pretty good here," you start going like out of your comfort zone and trying to like say, "I can do more time." Let me.
Yeah.
The do I suck like that? That starts to become louder and it come up at like weird times in the set, and that can kind of rattle me on like knowing where I'm at.
Yeah, do I suck stuff? We had the one of the 51st jokes is the name of it, but here it's going to be 25, and Cincinnati's like 31st jokes.
Yeah.
And if the first joke you write in the year doesn't hit, you go, someone's a fraud. I know how to write a joke, and then you like don't.
Yeah.
Or you're like, I was really like trying to like hammer him over the head with it, and I like fixed it in the next week or whatever. But when I was like trying to, I was like, you really don't have a soft touch. How did you not know to do this with a soft touch?
Like if you had, like the delivery was too abrasive.
Yeah, I was being abrasive and heavy-handed.
Sometimes it's like that where it's like you're yelling it at first. But then if you just chill, like lay back on it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like how music is a lot of times too. Like the stiffness in your arms ruins the tone.
Yeah.
But you're excited at first. You're like, I can do it. And you're executing it technically right, but it's like, ugh, the tone's bad.
Right.
You're trying to like shoehorn it down people's eardrums.
Right. And better if it's loose.
Yeah.
But some people don't believe that, right? Some people are like playing technically perfect. Some people are banging it out.
I think a dynamic range is good too, because I'll notice sometimes too. I'm like been watching some of the tapes. I'm like, but then I sort of stay chill. It's like, you will get loud, and I think when you start chilling, get loud. That's that's extra good, because then you have the full range of the dynamics, like classical music.
Right. Yeah, because you're like watching yourself perform also, so you shouldn't like. If you start to feel yourself phoning it in, the sooner you can sort of nip that in the bud, the better. And one way to do that is to like change the performance style a little bit.
Yeah, that gets tricky. I feel like I kind of want to go into the same. That's like trying to remember longer sets. It's easier to like, you're trying to remember more, so you just slip into saying it the same way, and that kills it because it becomes this. They can tell it's robotic.
Yeah. They can.
I'm trying to find hacks for that. Like, just say it different, even if it's worse. Just try to say it different.
I think that's good. I think that's like a Patrice O'Neill thing, where if you like know what the heart of the funny part of it is, then you can sort of, doesn't really matter how you get there as long as you understand the mechanic of the heart of it.
And is that the punchline, or is that just like the
tipping point? The tipping point, I would say, typically, at least in Patrice's material. Where you go, I know it doesn't have to be the same every time, because I know what's funny about it, and I am good at communicating that. That's one of the skills that I'm learning as a comedian.
Yeah. And is that something that like you're like, and I haven't revealed it yet? Do you feel like there's still a sense of surprise there? Like Patrice knows, it's like I haven't really hit that twist yet. Where even though we're kind of sitting in the setup,
I think an audience just responds to probably. I mean, there's different. Everybody's different, and if somebody's super naturalistic, then the next person probably should be a little more robotic, and that sort of creates that dynamic nature for the show, which is good. But I think when you're just trying to find a different way to get to the funny part that is the funny part, I think that just helps the audience. Like, oh, he's talking to us, and he's not like performing at us, and it's okay to perform at them too. I don't know.
Yeah,
you just gotta feel it out.
It's better not to. I think it's hard not to though.
It's hard. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
There's like the closer you perform at them. You perform the close. I'm not like.
Yeah, right.
I'm not trying to explain to you
but
guys.
It's your best one, so you're like.
But you can feel it. You can go ba 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 ba. You can feel the music of it.
Yeah, your pop punk thing is kind of like that's almost
thing.
like a counter to this, where it's like it does feel good to when like you do have it worked out, and you just like bam, 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 and just playing the song like it's an anthem. You know how to do it,
right? And if you're featuring and you're like, and the headliner's in the back, and they see you do your closer, and it's good, and it's like not hacky, you go, that's like a good feeling. You're like, look at me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're better than them, and sometimes you're not better than them, and it doesn't matter as long as like I don't know, as long as you're. I know you're trying to achieve something different with the headlining stuff, but featuring's fun.
Yeah.
Featuring's a little fun.
Yeah, I mean, featuring is the best. Really, it's like 20 is enough. They haven't gotten tired of comedy yet. It's weird. Having just opened for headliners so many times, and most of the time I go, God, I'm glad I'm done now, because like it's starting to get late in the show, and it's harder. But if you want to do, I don't know, it feels important to go long. I don't know why. I feel like there's just something that's going to happen if I can do it enough times. I don't even know what that is yet. Like the novel, larger.
I just think you're learning more stuff. You're learning more stuff faster, and that's good for your development. Because if you are doing 14 minutes a week, what are you learning?
Yeah.
I feel like when that's your circumstance, and you're like a hungry young comic, but you live in Asheville, North Carolina, and you only have 14 minutes a week to do, I think you probably are like trying to get all the meat off the bone of those 14 minutes, but if you can move up the ladder, it's going to work out better for you if this is like what you want to get good at. And I don't know. You don't have to want to get good at it, but
yeah. And I'm open to maybe coming back to the 14 minutes next year and being like, wow, this is really a much better way to live. That was, I don't know why I was trying to, it's like, am I trying to force myself too much on the world, or I think sometimes you need to like really be like, I'm willing this shit into existence, but then ultimately you have to listen to like what is going to happen. So it's there's a time to like push, but there's also a time to kind of like then also just did that work or not.
Right.
I'm kind of all right with either way.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I like the old guys. Like I said, like we talked to like the people that start older, like the people in their 40s and 50s, they're like, they're not going to be around that much longer. It's like, let's fucking go for it now,
Yeah, I think it's great.
It's not like, oh, when I'm 58, then I'm going to get the van, and it's like, no.
It is an art form that you like. I don't want to see a young person do it. And also, I don't think they do it that much anymore. I don't think it's like that.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not into stand-up the way that our generation is. Because they didn't. Comedy Central was dead in the water when they don't watch stand-up specials.
Yeah, that's what's cool about Mackenzie or Aiden Lamb or somebody. It's just like, whoa, how old are you? You're early 20s? Like, how do you even find out about this art form?
Yeah.
And get here?
Right. It is interesting, and like, no, definitely. And I think, you do have your Aiden Lambs who are like influenced by Kill Tony, and maybe like long term, Kill Tony's going to be one of a force for good long term. In the immediate present, bad.
Yeah.
in the immediate future bad.
How could it be good long term?
I was listening
More young
to the
people?
Chris Gethard episode of Good One, and it's a great episode. But there's a guy in the comments who's like, "Hey man, I watch Kill Tony because he features like hidden talent. Good Ones like features people who have Netflix specials. So like, how am I going to learn about up and coming comics if you don't feature up and coming comics? I'll go watch Kill Tony." And yeah, Kill Tony's politically reprehensible, but good for Southern comedians. That's my big talking point on Kill Tony. If we want to talk about positives, Dedrick, Cam Patterson, Fiona, Casey Rocket, all good Southern comedians.
Yeah.
So there are positives to it, and I think maybe long term, if it keeps stand-up comedy alive, even if it's bad right now. And I think what Kill Tony is an illustration of is the average American open mic. It's like a lot of people who are less than 3 years in, and then a handful of good people. And the show does a good job illustrating that.
Yeah. I like that.
I'm just saying that now for the first time, the part about it may be good in the far future. I have said the Southern thing before, and I do think it's good for Southern comedians.
Oh yeah. Casey Rocket particularly. That's like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would call that stand-up comedy, but maybe it doesn't matter, but it fits. It's some avant-garde shit that he's doing.
He's standing up. He's making people laugh.
Yeah, that is interesting. Would you ever go on the show?
I think I would do bad.
Yeah. I think I would too.
I think I would do bad.
It's certainly impossible not to worry about that when you watch it, you know? Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it is maybe the thing that gets young people into it. I feel like Aiden's gone now, I guess. I haven't seen him in a while, but I feel like he kind of dialed back. He kind of came in with Kill Tony energy, but he kind of like was feeling, I feel like he did kind of recalibrate to some of the feedback.
Yeah.
And even apologized for a thing at a mic, you know, which is kind of cool for a young dude.
I thought he moved to Austin.
He probably did.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, he's moved somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
But he left Asheville. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got any goals for the year? Or just in general, like in comedy, besides just hitting the weekly reps and whatnot? Any larger visions?
I don't know. So obviously we've talked about a lot about I gotta post reels, and so I started posting reels. One of the reasons is because I was featuring for Lace Larrabee, who's very funny, and she said her manager said that she has to post 3 reels a week and 2 static posts, and she hasn't done that, and I can't do that. But I can like post like what I'm good at, which is comedy and writing, and so I've been doing that.
Yeah.
And like it would be, I think I maybe could do like 3 reels a week and 2 static posts if stand-up comedy was your job, but stand-up comedy is not my job. And I think it would be better suited for my time if like, okay, one day a week I post a reel, one day a week I post writing, and then probably one day a week I should send out emails. I just don't know what the correct strategy for sending out emails is. I sort of know how to write the email, but in terms of like, what do I want back from sending them out?
Yeah, your bio is great, by the way. I love I saw
you.
it for the festival. Congrats on that. But yeah, I mean, what do you, if you could get, all the emails worked?
Yeah.
Like, would it be like headlining at clubs? Would it be like, what would, like every weekend, or like what if like just fantasy land? Like if you could.
That's what I don't know. It's like, okay, well, what do I know? I know that there's 5 cities within driving there and back day of driving distance of Cincinnati. I know that headlining Don't Tells is fun. I know featuring for clubs is fun. But then, like, okay, and in the sort of, I do want to be a professional comedian one day, I guess.
I guess.
I guess. I don't. It's hard to say when you have like.
Just remove that I guess from the
I'm
end.
not gonna remove it. I'm not speaking.
Shout it.
I'm not speaking things into the universe.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's very hard to like tell right now with like the 40-hour-a-week job. Obviously, it's not a job I want to keep forever.
Yeah.
But it's like hard to like. Do I want to work 40 hours a week and do 6 sets a weekend? Technically, yes, I do.
It's almost like
But I don't want to have a job.
energy and time thing. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know, James Harris was on here and said that too, that like what he likes about comedy is it's a lot of time with your journal and
Mm-hmm.
introspection. I kind of hear you saying something like that. And maybe that's not everybody's process, but like you kind of you need space in your schedule.
Yeah.
If you're cramming, even if you're getting all the cool shows and they're crammed right up against long work days,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the life you want. It needs to
Yeah.
there needs to be downtime.
There needs to be downtime.
Yeah, that is tough because there's just so many fucking comedians, you know, that like actually making a living at it. Like there's just weird data points, like how much a comedy club would pay a feature, you know, 20 years ago. It's like hasn't gone up, even though inflation has gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just the amount of comics,
Right.
is saturating.
It's an oversaturated market.
Yeah,
But I mean, I think I don't know. I think I could probably do it, and I would like to do it in some capacity. But again, like, okay, I guess the reason I said those 5 cities that are within driving distance. Okay, what about
headlining don't tells, featuring at
in clubs,
tangibles,
tangibles?
Five
But then, like,
cities.
once you're outside those 5 cities, you're starting to get into 4 hours away: Chicago, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. And then that, like, yeah, it's just the time. It's the time. All the time. The time is the thing that matters.
Oh
Is
damn!
like
So there's other 5 cities you're like 2 hours away or something. Is that right?
Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington, Dayton, and Columbus. Dayton's 1 hour away. The rest of them are 2 hours away.
That's amazing because the 2 hours is like, you know, Charlotte,
Yeah.
Greenville, Knoxville, Johnson City. So that's like what I'm going for because the hotel is like I can't do the hotel.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm already like trying to break even.
Sure.
And but that's interesting that then you got 4 hours. You got like a whole nother tier.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
another set, and it's like worth thinking about. But I guess what I'm saying with like goals for the year, where I'm like, okay, 1 day a week I post a reel, 1 day a week I post some writing, 1 day a week I send 5 emails, and like, but after like 5 weeks of sending emails, what do I want? Like, who do I email?
Yeah.
Who do I email after I send all the emails out?
Yeah, I've been batching the emails now. Like I wait till there's just inevitably there comes a day when I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna send out a ton of emails and I just drink a lot of coffee and I or like clip videos. I'm like doing all my video because I'm feeling it, and then there'll be like weeks where I'm like, I should do that, but I really don't. It feels disingenuous to try to sell myself or. But then inevitably, like I feel excited to do it. I don't know if you ever actually. There is a day where you want to send emails or clip stuff, or if it always feels like a chore to you.
I'm not working too hard on those reels.
Okay.
Those are real low effort reels, and so I could.
You know, they look great. I mean, that's the beauty of it. It's like
Thanks.
DIY punk rock aesthetic.
So I think there are days of the week when I could. There are not days of the week. The Cincinnati Public Library has a makerspace, and so I go there once a week and clip a reel. But what I should really be doing is going there 1 day a month and clipping 4 reels because it doesn't take that much time.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to go like the first reel is so hard to clip, and then it just gets. So if you could probably do 4 in the time of one. At some
of
point.
the first one. Yeah.
So then it becomes like, all right, I'm gonna spend an hour on reels until my shoulders hurt. But then you'll probably find like you just get more output from that. I don't know. I mean, do you feel like the reels looks like they're doing well? Like, I mean, I guess you just kind of have to have that. That's your business card. That's your portfolio.
Right. Yeah. You message, don't tell producer, and you go, can I do your show? Here's a 10-minute set. Here's my special.
Yeah.
Here's my clips. Yeah. So that's all that is. And maybe get like a handful of more followers.
Because the don't tells and stuff, it's like, I mean, are you looking for like an audience, or I mean, I'm always trying to think like, what is the long term like? a lot of the shows you go and you might do all right, but then is it important to try to keep a connection with people so that you like? Are you ultimately like you want to do another special? Like, are you thinking about like sometime in the next 5 years or something like that? Like write another larger work or?
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
I know you're in a new place just for a year, so that's just kind of a lot in itself.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think podcasts are like a good way to like build a fan base where you're like, you'll go on my podcast and I'll go on your podcast. I really don't know how. It's not that I don't believe it, but like obviously there's like these road comics who have just built up their relationships with clubs and those clubs' audiences for decades. And when they come through, there's people who come to see them, and then the rest of the room's filled by the club's regulars and papered. People got tickets for free. But I don't know if they're like people are like how people are like building like a livelihood just based on. I think they can do the work. I think there's a lot of comics who can go to any club and sort of do well. But like in terms of like building a fan base, I don't know how they do that. So I think podcasts is like the thing.
Yeah, it's
easier. You don't have to go to a place.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, to me, it feels really saturated, too, where it's just like, I'm just another, like, I mean, I enjoy doing it for its own sake, but I'm like, I probably should have started like 10 years ago.
Yeah, we should have all started doing everything 10 years ago.
But I'll look at, like, I get the Greenville Comedy Zones, like, just, here's who's playing this week, emails, and I was kind of, like, clicking. I'm like, well, how do these people get here? And I noticed, obviously a lot of them are, like, influencers now, where it's, like, Ginger Billy, people like that, who kind of, like, have an online persona.
Yeah.
So I feel like I wonder what percentage of the clubs are. I imagine if you could somehow graph that like 10 years ago, it would be just like working the road, getting the relationships, doing it. And it's probably starting to be more like that. Like Kayla is our like local person that's like done the influencer thing. And it's like, wow, okay, it just seems to be like everywhere I turn, there's kind of more like, do I need to do that? And is there any way I even could do that with this face on a phone? I don't know. I don't know if that's even a solvable problem for me.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Doesn't come up enough how attractive influencers are in relation to their success.
And just having like
Dean Boscovich didn't bring up how cute he is.
And even just having like a character or something, because I mean a lot of the dudes like they come, or these big fat Southern dudes. They're not all hot either.
Right, that's
like
true.
Some big old. I love my wife's butt, yeah. And then they pack it out. And it's like this dude has only been doing stand up for a few years. What's that show even like? I kind of like to see what it's even like.
I wouldn't.
Maybe it.
I wouldn't.
Maybe it doesn't even matter.
I mean, man, I've seen Shelly Belly. Have you seen Shelly Belly?
No.
Okay, so it's not good. Sorry,
yeah.
Cut this out.
To you, but are people having a good time?
People are having a great time.
You're like been doing comedy for like decades. You're back there like, what the hell is this shit?
What is
and these
this?
people are like, I've never even been to a comedy show. This is the best night of my life.
Yeah.
You're wrong. It's not the best night of your life.
It's not the best night of your life. And then you see like a poster and she's like co-headlining like a comedy festival in Memphis, and the other headliner's like Albert Brooks. And you go, what the heck?
His head is small. Like way
his head is smaller. What were we talking about? Oh, just characters. I think, I don't know. I don't, there's no way for it to be, maybe it's good. Maybe it's great. There are like people who like, I mean, what's the difference between an influencer and a stand-up comedian who blew up online? I don't know. It's hard to like parse them, like to sort of separate what that means to be like an influencer versus like
it's a spectrum.
It is a spectrum. And
I would say like just how many years, reps, cities, length of time on stage. There's some metrics of like I know the stage. I've spent the time there. Ratio of follower count to like that work. Hopefully you've done enough, because I mean if I'm trying to just get the time and get people there, and it feels quite challenging, but if I had the like blow up stand up persona then and people came, then it would be like great. Now I don't have to try to get them there and get them to give me the room. Now I can just try to like work on the jokes I've been trying to do. Like I would love to catch up to the influencer thing, but I don't know if it's really in the cards for me.
I don't know. It's in terms of like white male comedians who like can be like successful online. It seems like you have to be either like have a Southern accent, which is well known, well documented. Jeez Louise. And there's good Southern comics with Southern accents who aren't successful. Good. And then, or you can be like an icy sort of ironic white boy who's like good at like technical joke writing, or you can be like a very annoying liberal white man.
John Marco.
Sure. I was thinking about more annoying, but sure. And then there's not like, I don't know. It's sort of, there's like archetypes, and then there's people who like play to being those archetypes because audiences are drawn to those archetypes. And it's like, nah, I don't know. We'll all find a place where we fit eventually.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. It makes sense, but I never thought about it that way. Like the patterns of like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you see yourself as, do you identify with?
No, I don't identify with any of those. No, there's
Trailblazing?
Well, people, I think the person that people compare me to the most is like Bobcat Goldthwait, which is like fine. It's fine, but like there aren't a lot of like.
Why would they do that?
Because
Just
I'm
voice?
loud.
Okay, yeah,
And I'm doing a thing.
yeah.
And I guess that I don't mind, but yeah, I think like there are loud weirdos, and loud weirdos are like underrepresented success-wise, and I'm not looking for a lot of success. Speak it into the universe. I don't
guess.
want success, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I think it's very useful to just try to say what success looks like. And then it's like, even after you say it and you like drive away from here, you could be like, I don't agree with any of that. But the attempt to even like, I believe it's good to try to like, just revisit what that looks like, for you. Or
Sure. That's a good
That's
idea.
my own personal kind of vision board way of, because it's like you could just kind of end up reacting and responding to other people's systems. So it's good to sometimes go like, all right, what the fuck do I actually want from this?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's actually really hard to try to answer those questions.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like that's why a lot of people just kind of go from mic to mic and take 6 months off. And
I mean, I was, when I was in town over the summer, I went to Auditorium, and it's like, how many years of my life would I go every Tuesday, and like going back there on a Tuesday, and it's practically the same in terms of like the ambiance, where like I feel the coolest I've ever felt is on the patio of the Auditorium. It's a cool place. You feel cool because you're the comedian. I guess it's like the same thing with like the proximity to comedy. It's like maybe I wouldn't feel as cool if I was like the odd man out here, but because I'm like part of the evening and there's like a lot of cool people just sort of hovering around, it's like pretty intoxicating.
yeah,
It's like a warm summer evening, and it's like the sun's just setting, and look at everybody, and they're dressed cool, and they're only a few of them are annoying, or the ones I'm talking to aren't annoying.
yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like, oh man, I get why I like this aspect of my life and participated in it for such a long time.
Yeah.
And that can feel like success, I think. I think it's like
Totally.
easy to like, you're not even getting distracted. Like, oh no, I'm like falling into the trap of Asheville. You sort of are, but also, who cares?
Yeah. And I mean, that was like,
What if I made a podcast 10 years earlier? I don't know. I had a nice 20s.
yeah. I mean, the way you described the odd, I mean, that was all that I wanted, at first. And then I'm like, am I getting greedy? I'm definitely at a point now where I'm not going to the odd. I'm trying to see if I can push this other thing. And, yeah, the way you said that made me go like, yeah, man, I should just like, what the fuck am I trying to roll this boulder up this hill?
I haven't been to the
for?
third room, but if I was like in town, I'd just want to like hang out
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm probably like aging out of it where they're like, who's that potato-faced old man? But
I don't think so. Everybody's still in their 30s. I think
yeah.
you're like probably around the average age, honestly. Maybe a couple of years older, but
maybe. But yeah, I just felt like, oh, this is like such a cool place, and I feel cool for being here.
Yeah, I mean, it is a nice way of looking at it, like that version of success, which is a totally almost like what I imagine, like maybe contra dancing or something. Is more like you're disappearing into your ego is dissolving into like this show where you're just a part of it, and that is, you know, if you read like the wise works that have survived the test of time, that is success, you know. Whereas, like, I want my 40 minutes.
No, but 40, but
for 40 people.
No, but it
for
does.
40 people,
it
at
does
least.
rule to be good at comedy. That's the flip side of the coin.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't have to choose a side of the coin. You know, you could go to auditorium twice a month. I'm not telling you how to live your life. You're waking up at 8.
I should have said 6:30.
I wake up at 6.
You've already told me that you sleep late enough to where you could be going
You could be
to the
going
night.
out.
I'm 46 though. All that shit you're talking about with your knees and shit.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Fat knees.
Yeah.
Winter time.
Yeah. Joints.
Yeah.
Pain.
You go, how am I supposed to be in a good mood while feeling like this?
Yeah.
I guess that's the heart of it. No, but I think being good at 40 minutes of comedy is so cool. It's so cool to be good at comedy.
And even if just trying to be as good as you can for as long as you can, then when you come back to when you do go back to like those short set shows, it's like, oh, this, I can really be loose here because this is no pressure at all because it was so hard to even try to do this other thing. So I think there's like a season for things.
The hero's journey.
Yeah.
You leave and you come back.
Yeah. I mean, I really like that though. Like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It used to be Root Bar too, but yeah, just being a part of an interesting collective.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the Southern felt, absolutely.
There's a buzz in the air.
Jeez Louise, I
People
was the coolest person in the world. And maybe I wasn't, but I was. You know?
Yeah.
Southern ruled.
Yeah.
Look what they took from us. No, but also being great at comedy is like a worthwhile, maybe. I don't want to like ruin anybody's life who takes this too seriously, but
finding your voice. I mean, I think like I would just call it that, whether it's songwriting or like going farther from home for a longer time, like stress testing yourself does tend to be a way to level up, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Versus like staying and like that night at the Odd where you're just like, I could just stay here forever. You know.
Yeah, once you hear yourself say that, you got to go. But
yeah, but maybe that's, I don't admit. Sometimes I think those are the true geniuses, the people that would just go to the open mic and play their 3 acoustic guitar songs for the month and then go, you know, hang out with their families and not be tortured about, am I doing enough? How many times should I post?
Right. How many times should I post?
I haven't written anything new. And it's like a beautiful day outside. Everyone's like having a picnic. You're like in the summer, like,
yeah.
So I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the chicken or the egg thing. I feel like I would be like that without comedy.
Yeah.
I just always needed something.
It's very funny because like time is like a construct, and it is like whoever picked 7 days a week is a real motherfucker. They could have picked 10, and then I wouldn't feel so bad about like how I prioritize my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could have given us a few more days.
They could have given us a few days a week, and then I do stand up 4 days a week, 4 days every 10 days, and then I hang out with people I care about. And I go to shows and like, I don't know. But when you like 7 days a week, you go, man, I'm really spending a lot of time on this comedy.
That's wasn't that like the first chapter of Genesis?
God did this to
yeah,
us.
I think
God said 10 or 7?
7. The prime number. You sure?
That's crazy.
Feels like it should be even.
It should be even. That's a great point, Ryan.
Yeah.
But Hillary's leaving. People are leaving.
Yeah.
Some people are staying. Some people are leaving.
Yeah. People come back. People
come
leave.
back. People leave.
Yeah. I do feel that like this idea of like Southern comedy infrastructure and cross pollination, that like leaving and doing shows with people, I don't know. I feel like there's some Johnny Appleseed kind of thing maybe you can do, you know, where it's not binary leaving or staying, but it's like you can kind of you can like make connections.
Yeah, I think so.
And like we're all that what you were saying about the odd and everybody kind of being this like this web of, or the contra dance, that the southeast, like Asheville and the surrounding cities like Greenville and Knoxville, there could be more of that. Like we're all part of this cool southeast scene that people aren't like, oh, I got to go to a real place now because.
Right, because people aren't really investing in it. Even like energetically investing in it, like spiritually investing in it. If you just like talked about the Southeast, which you do, but like it's like there's more potential than there currently is.
It's just me and Tony Hinchcliffe
It's
are the
just
only
you
ones.
And Tony, it's you and Tony holding up the entire Southeast, and we love you for that. No, but if people talked about, you know, if people talked like there was an infrastructure, maybe it would start to exist. Speak it into the universe.
Yeah, I mean that's the. Is David Blaine? Is he the magician?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I think it was him. I heard on a podcast. I may have already said this to you before, but like he was saying, like, you know, before people landed on the moon, there was a sci-fi movie where you saw a person on the moon. That like, you know, that magic. He sees magic as like not fake shit, but it's like people have to collectively see it. And then it can actually happen. So it's like, you know, projecting what success is or getting the idea first makes it a lot more likely to actually happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, like how you talk about things greatly influences what's going to happen, even though you could be like, oh, that's just talk. It's like, well, for now it is.
Also on like I think so. Also on the flip side of it, there is like an aspect of, maybe not on the flip side. I think people don't respect regionality when it's sort of the only option. There's a comedian I really like named Sam Miller, who's a little reels famous, but he is from somewhere in Washington State, Olympia, and he's like successful online and he could tour, but like if you look at his tour dates, it's all Pacific Northwest, and he's like headlining. And then sometimes he gets to do shows in Chicago or Cincinnati. That's where I saw him. He's done shows here, Greenville and stuff. But if you look at the heart of what he does, it's sort of in a 5-hour radius. And I think if people were like okay with that, then there could be more success.
Yeah.
If you go, I can do the stuff in the 5-hour radius. I'm
that regional guy.
Yeah.
That can come, and it's like,
but I can do comedy anywhere. But where am I going to make them? What's not going to kill me? I got a family. What's not going to like ruin that?
Yeah.
And you're working on it. It's workable. Doable, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if did you listen to that episode with Aaron Foster that I did? Like, because that was like, you know, I was supposed to do these like 5 shows at a casino. I've talked about it a million times, but it's like he's sort of doing, it was like trying to like see if I could. I'm learning that his show is a very like one man show. It's like, you know, these are dark jokes about suicide, family, mental illness. So I am kind of realizing that like I kind of had modeled my plan on somebody that's like, it's a one-man show about these things, whereas I'm kind of like, I'm a guy that talks about all things, and I bring people with me. So I think that makes it a little harder to market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a stand-up comedy show, whereas he's like, this is a very specific... I almost think, like, I wonder, Sam Miller, I know that name.
He's a really big guy, used to be homeless.
Does he have kind of like you could sum him up in a sentence or two? Like, does it feel a little bit like a one-man show, or it's like he's that guy?
No.
He's got a thing that...
I mean, so what I think is interesting about like one-man shows versus comedy is like I really like comedy that has like a center of gravity but not a through line, and you can like tell what the person's been going through recently, but there's not like, and that's how my engagement ended.
Right. A beginning and a middle and an end.
But comedy's so good because, like, you can really tell if a person writes a lot. You can sort of tell what's on their mind in the last, like, half decade, which is a big chunk of time, but it's still, like, you know, identity is sort of glomming onto you and flaking off of you all the time. So 5 years isn't that long in the grand scheme of things. Like, you know, you're sort of who you were 5 years ago and you're sort of not. And I think the desire, and I'm sure there's good one-man shows. I don't search them out, but, like, I think it's nice when there's not a through line, but there is, like, something there's like 3 things this person's clearly hung up on.
Themes almost. Sort of themes, sort or
of like
recurring imagery or callbacks. I don't know. Like, there's some cohesion. It's not just like, here's this idea, here's this other one, and they're all totally separate. Like, there is some
and
glue.
I think that just happens when you, like, write a lot.
And that's the thing about going long that interests me, is that you can't just be like, well, I've got an hour of jokes, I'll just do them one after the next after the next. It feels like there does need to be that, what you're saying, not necessarily like a through line, but there needs to be some I don't even have the language for it. But some glue.
Yeah,
or
and
some
you're the
sense
glue.
Of the, yeah.
You're sort of the glue.
Oh, that's who that guy was. You know, he talked about, like I don't know. Do you feel like you could name, like, what the 3, if you, like, look at the last 5 years of your comedy and you were going to do 40 minutes, like,
yes.
Are there 3 things, like, what would you?
I mean, if I'm, like, having, like, a very hard time coming up with a set list as a joke, I just write mental hospital, zoo, sewer.
That's pretty good. I mean,
it's like I don't even have that much sewer material.
The brain,
it's just, like, fun.
Animals and shit. I mean, it really is, like, kind of. It is like the whole. 3 is the magic number, the Holy Trinity.
And there's, like, and there's something I thought about there's, like, a main thing I thought about while working each of those jobs, and that's what I like to write towards, I guess, if I had to say. Oh, we were going to talk about fuzzing out. So here's what you say what your fuzzing out is.
It's trying to create the conditions where I'm, like, between this, like, ego that's talking to you, really, and just completely, like, you know, dissolving into the contra dance or whatever. But you're capturing it.
And how do you do it?
I'll put on, like, a movie with the sound down, and maybe, like, some drums I recorded and play guitar, just, like, different sensory inputs that are all kind of unfocused. If I've seen the movie a lot, that helps, and you kind of, like, hypnotize yourself into a trance state where it's the idea that you're the vessel and the ideas come through you, so you create those conditions. Yeah.
Nice. So what I've been doing, and I'm going to try to explain this as clearly as possible, and it's a little incoherent, but so last year I journal every day. My journals are done in 100-page composition books, and I like that as a chunk of time. So every 100 days I fill a 100-page composition book. At some point last year, at the start of a new composition book, I actually started 2 composition books. One was my daily journal. One, I was going to try to do longer essays on a specific thing. And the thing was, I worked at the mental hospital and the zoo. And at the mental hospital, I remember there was a patient who thought he could talk to birds. One of his delusions. And then at the zoo one day, I was in the aviary, and just, like, a mom by herself, like, came in. The aviary was empty, and she goes, I talk to the birds every morning. And she sort of looks at the birds, and right before she leaves, she says it to me again. She goes, no one believes me, but I talk to the birds every morning. And so I wanted to sort of focus on those are the same kind. That's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Talking to birds is like, why is this guy in the mental hospital? Why is this lady not in the mental hospital? And so my question for myself to answer during these essays, sort of loosely, was who falls through the cracks, and what does it mean to fall through the cracks? Who doesn't get to go to the mental hospital? Who gets to go to the mental hospital? Which one is better? Should she be in the mental hospital? Should he not be in the mental hospital?
And this is the one composition book just for this specific.
So what I decided was to name the journal. It was Augur versus Augur. That's the name of Moira's band. Augurs are wizards that specifically conjure birds. And so I wrote 10 page, listen to me, I wrote 10 page essays alternating between essay about the zoo, essay about the mental hospital, and with an added challenge of trying to talk at some point, just directing the essay to talk about birds at some point. Okay. And that was on one side of each page. So on the left side, I would do the essay. On the right side, I would do like free association. So if something occurred to me that wasn't a part of the essay, I would write it in this column. And then I would sort of free associate from there, bullet point wise. And then once the journal was full, I would take the most interesting idea from each of the right side page. And I had 100 ideas, and then I chunked them into 7 chunks, 7 bullet point chunks. It doesn't matter. It was just a way to it's chum up ideas.
Structure. You're structured, but you're also like very experimental.
Yeah,
and like trying to find
connections. Where there might not be.
Right,
and the sort of free association in conjunction with the journal just sort of helped me process what I had been thinking about, maybe subconsciously, over the last year and a half, because the mental hospital was a hard job. And maybe I didn't process too much of it.
And is the goal to generate material, or is it just like mental elasticity, like just being creative? Like,
I think at the end of it, it was what I found useful was I sort of realized what I was dwelling on. And I think what you're dwelling on is like a good place to like start writing jokes. And a lot of like...
Yeah, these are the things that are like...
Yeah,
really,
and I think the heart of what I was sort of working through was like... The big question was like, who takes care of who? Like caregiving is like a very interesting... Or it was in the last year and a half to me. Like what is the big... Like what is... Who's responsible for who in the grand scheme of things? And so I would like to write more jokes about that and sort of stay in that pocket. But also, it's very fun to write those jokes and perform those jokes. So even if you're like trying to write a longer, more like thoughtful one-man show thing, it is fun to go like write just a new standalone joke. And so that's a hard balance to strike.
And also, these are just all the standalone jokes that I like that I've been telling for the last 10 years. So I'm just going like, what is the 3 things? You know, like I only have for 40 minutes these jokes.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of like for the next one or for the next 10 years, I'd like if I can figure this out for it to be something more like that, where it's like that does seem more evolved to be like, all right, did those. Now what do I want to talk about? I feel like that's always the more like to be able to go, what do I want to talk about? Whereas it's still a little bit like, what the fuck did they laugh at over the last 10 years? It was so hard. I tried so many things. And it's like, you know, technology, mortality, anxiety. There's a lot of like family and kids. Like there's just these certain themes that seem to emerge on their own.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is interesting that you say about the caregiving, because it's kind of like, yeah, mental hospitals, obviously you're caring for these patients, and then the sewer, you're like taking care of people's shit, and then the animals.
The sewer wasn't part of this, but it's nice to
But it's interesting that like each one you can kind of when you look at it through that lens, you know, of because taking care of somebody else's shit is kind of egoless, or there's something kind of noble about that. Whereas it can become like everyone should be watching me and the lights, and we've talked about how you wonder if you're a bad person sometimes if it becomes too much of that.
Right? Yeah. No, it is. It's good to be a little. It's good to be a little ant in the anthill, and it's also good to get your rocks off.
Yeah,
getting attention. Yeah, and I think people do. I don't know, like professional comedians. I don't know. People stay good at comedy, I guess, but it seems a little bit like a nightmare. Also, to like have to fill your day, to be your own boss seems like a bit of a nightmare.
And to have to follow yourself, like if you did get to the point where you pulled off an hour and people loved you, and then you had to go out and like come up with the next one. And there's kind of a nice thing about no one ever expects anything of me. Like there is no audience that's like, what's he gonna do next? You know, you're just trying to get people to notice you at all.
Yeah, it's hard to.
It's hard, but it's also easier because you don't have to follow. There's no expectation for you to be great.
Right.
I don't know what that's like, but I imagine that brings its own stresses.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I don't know. I know like the don't tells are a little tedious sometimes, where it is like, I didn't want to open the show doing 10 minutes or whatever.
Driving. And $35 or whatever too. It's like so exploitative. It's like
it used to be so cool.
That was part of the concept, is like if they can get people to come, like maybe through meta ads. I mean, they have a brand and a lot of things, but still, it's like maybe you can cut out the middleman and do your own show.
Right.
But it's actually quite hard.
But it is nice to be sort of that and not like, because you could just like keep being. I don't know. You don't have to like prove anything if you're just like a guy who no one came to see, but they came nonetheless. That's
all it's been every show I've ever done. So now I'm experimenting with like, could it be? Could you walk out and they're like, it's the guy I came to see. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's even just letting myself. It's like the David Blaine thing, like letting myself even go like they came to see me. It's almost like it's kind of scary to even like try to let myself believe it could be, because every show is just, hey, strangers, I'm gonna try to make you like me for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. And then you feel like you can tell when they do. Like sometimes it's like, there's a lot of empty space in here, and some of these people I think might have just been, they wanted it to be good. But
oh no.
So many of the shows are just, the spaces are so bad too. Like these empty places where they make alcohol. These giant cavernous spaces.
Yeah. I don't know. There's been good shows in breweries. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of dummy's guide to like running a good brewery show. Someone should make that zine. I don't know who. I haven't been to a good brewery show, but I've been one.
Sometimes they have a back room that's like separate, and that usually helps.
So I guess
instead of in the main room with the stuff.
It's so personal. There's so little, I don't know, so little love in those rooms. Just like it was a cheap real estate deal, and they're brewing beer.
Do you find that the Midwest, it's kind of the Midwest, right?
Lower Midwest, yeah.
Lower Midwest. Do you find the audiences a little better? Like, you know, people are always telling me, oh, the fucking South, hard. The Midwest crowds, they know what comedy is.
Oh, people do say that?
I hear that. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I hear that. That like, it's the South is kind of hard. Maybe there's just not a tradition of stand-up here, whereas the Midwest audience, they got the cold winters. They're a little more savvy. There's maybe more clubs that they, maybe not though.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I am grateful to get stage time at a comedy club. The audiences, I really like the audience at Commonwealth Comedy Club. Are they better than down? It's so hard to tell since there's no club here. And I never did Comedy Zone because Comedy Zone seemed bad.
You never did the Greenville Comedy Zone?
I did it so few times. And sometimes I'm like, you know, sometimes if I'm letting my mind wander about why my career in comedy isn't good, I go, should I have done Comedy Zone more just to like flex that muscle?
I like that room. It's about to move, so I think
Is
it's,
it?
yeah, they're moving to like a bigger space without the foot traffic. It's one of those like, yeah, but it's probably gonna be great. It's like,
no, it's not.
I really like that room a lot. Even though, you know, a lot of the comics that come through aren't probably my
right. Huh.
cup of tea. I've seen some good shows there.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe
I like the size of it, like the way how it's sideways, and
yeah, it's fine. I just never went. I didn't like.
I didn't like any Greenville comic. I didn't like any Greenville comic. I was about to say the Greenville comics I liked, but I don't like any of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it's apparent.
Just kidding. But I'm thinking of the ones I don't like.
Mackenzie's great.
Listen, I don't like any of them. No, yeah. They're fine. They just had like a vibe that I didn't like, and maybe I just liked Coffee. I had such a soft spot for Coffee Underground that
Yeah, you're an alt dude.
I'm an alt guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I do fine in the clubs.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, right.
I had to learn.
They're kind of that, before and after special thing or whatever. I feel like,
I don't know. I've never done good at Bristol, and that's not true, but I would say that I've mostly never done good at Bristol. I've really disappointed myself a lot at Bristol.
That was a big old drafty room when I did that one. I wouldn't say it was my strongest set.
Mm-hmm.
I did do my time.
Yeah.
And I learned some things, and I think I'm stronger now because of it. But yeah, and that new room is pretty big. I think we had maybe 20 people.
Oh, I went down to do on my way down to visit North Carolina. I did their Dirty show, and I did so bad.
Really?
I did such a.
Was there people there?
No, but it still feels bad.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
There was 6 people there.
Yeah.
And they didn't like me, and noted.
It's kind of impossible to have 6 people in a space that big and do well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about the breweries and stuff. And
no, but I could tell they didn't like me.
I feel like
no. I'm not letting myself off the hook.
There's a thing that happens when the show's impossible and bad. The people in the audience still think it's because you're bad. They don't understand the math of
No, they understood. Listen, that's one of those things. If you have a bad set, I don't want to seem delusional, Yeah. I had a bad set. I will take the blame.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys like
that.
The audience is always right, but
yeah,
I know when they weren't wrong.
They were correct that you were bad that night.
I'm always bad.
Yeah.
They correct that I'm always bad. How long we been doing it?
Yeah, we probably hit our time. We're at 90 minutes. So,
okay.
I mean, almost. I'm rounding up a couple, but yeah, it's pretty fun.
I thought it was funny on the podcast when Petey told you he watches Grinch reels to learn about comedy.
And I was like, oh, which era? Like the
Universal
60s?
Studios.
The live action. I was like, oh, okay.
Such a little alien.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got his ear thing in, and he's just like, you never know what's
It's just Grinch reels.
Yeah.
he found a lo-fi beats to study and listen to, but it's just the Grinch.
It's mixing with Mrs. Doubtfire and all that stuff in there.
Real monsters. Oh man, Petey's seen all of pop culture, so
yeah. I will say the shows have been real, like those conversations to and from the gigs have been like really, that's been a thing. When you described the odd, it's like, okay, that is a little more like I'm part of a thing. Like I love the drive. Taking somebody with me to a place and talking on the way there and back.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm like, maybe that's the thing that really is the thing,
Yeah.
And the whole show is like the smoke and mirrors part. But yeah, just getting to like do a podcast with Petey in the car was pretty great. I don't think he would have said the Grinch thing if we'd been in here. It's just a different when you're in a dark car.
He would have said the Grinch thing.
It was like a few days before Christmas, and he's like, I'm just watching live Grinch actors from Universal Studios. And I'm like, are you thinking about doing that? He's like, oh, good Lord, no. Just watching other people.
I'm just learning so much from the Grinch, from the theater major who plays the Grinch at Universal Studios. Loved it.
He's a local treasure.
He is a local treasure. Did he say he's going out of town this year? Did he say that to me, or did he say that on the podcast?
I don't think I've ever heard that. Like he's moving or something?
No, he's just going to go on tour more this year.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that'd
be great.
Totally should happen. I mean, that's part of like why I'm trying to talk about it so much too, is that I feel like it's that David Blaine thing. I hope I'm getting the magician right that I'm basing that on, but just like
I believe
like,
you. I
like
mean, there's not too
infrastructure
many.
touring, like we can do this.
Mhm.
You know, we have like
Yeah.
people will be like, well, fucking Ryan did it. Like Ryan Gordon's doing more of that. He's been like, we've been kind of been like, yeah, all right, it's like 40-minute sets. He's doing one this weekend. I'm gonna ask him about that. Like,
Nice.
you know,
That's great.
yeah, it's gonna be the capital of stand
That's
up.
going to be the capital of stand-up.
Yeah.
There's no club.
We didn't
and
need you at
there'll never
all.
be a
It's been-
club. You didn't need a lot of the people here.
It seems like a club. It seems like a club has to happen at some point in Asheville.
Yeah.
But
Maybe the little group of the people who run Disclaimer now will start a club.
yeah, Min seems like she has her shit together.
I don't even know who it's. Cloud and Min and Austin and
Alex.
Alex and
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a
Yeah.
good group.
Carrie's
Carrie
like,
does.
I just stay at home now. Oh,
He has a hot tub. Why would he go to open mic?
all right. Well, it was nice catching up with you.
Nice to catch
I'm
up
glad
with
we
you.
did it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, of course.